Šalom Uvracha z Jeruzalema, svätého mesta, opäť zo starého mesta. Chcel by som sa prihovoriť na parše Toldot. Chcel by som venovať dvortora Itaj Mojše Ben Tamar pre jeho kompletné a perfektné uzdravenie. Dovoľte, aby som takisto predstavil môjho priateľa, ktorý je Eliyahu Jakov, ktorý je môj landsman a povie sám, aké neuveriteľné spojenie s ním a Československom. Hi, Eliyahu, my dear friend, I just explained to my dear friends from Czechoslovakia, you are my landsman.
Yeah.
So what is your connection with Czechoslovakia?
So my connection to Czechoslovakia is that my grandfather grew up in Bardia, and he's there for, at least for a couple of generations, because his grandfather is buried in Bardia, and I've been there to visit his kever, to visit his grave in the Jewish cemetery over there a couple of years ago, and he was the son of a big rabbi, Rabbi Yoshua of Fristik, which is in Poland, I think maybe a couple of hours away, and so so we have some lineage over there.
What is your family name? What was his family name?
So my last name, my family name is Deutch, but his family name was Eisenbach. So his name was actually Eliyahu Yaakov Eisenbach. So my grandfather was Eliyahu Yaakov Rosner, and his grandfather was Eliyahu Yaakov Eisenbach. So it's my namesake.
Generation after generation.
And here we are back in the Holy Land.
As Jews.
This is
Its Parsha's name is Toldos. What does it mean?
Perfect. So Toldos, which means generations, right? And this is a perfect opportunity to think about our generations, to think about where we're coming from, to think about our lineage, right? Now, some Jews, they have a strong Masorah, they have a strong tradition, and they know their family tree going back very far. Baruch Hashem, B'liyah and Hara. Thank God I'm blessed to have a lot of that in my family, at least in this side of my family, which is my mother's side. And other Jews, not nearly as much. Other Jews are just like, I have no idea. And the truth is though, if you're here today, if you made it today as a Jew, that means you have some amazing lineage. You have some kind of zchut, some kind of merit, that in order to make it through as a Jew with all the anti-Semitism of the past as well as the assimilation of the past and the present, if you made it today to be here identifying as a Jew, then you have some great lineage and you have some souls looking after you along the way. So you have some great merit to be here, and so also as much as we look back, which is great, but also that's supposed to be rocket fuel, that's supposed to be a boost for us going forward as well. That we should know where we're going based on who we are, based on our roots. Just like a tree grows a certain way, but it's rooted in the roots, so also the Jewish people, we're rooted in our roots, we're rooted in going all the way back to the times of Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. And we should understand that it's not different. People talk about now being modern times, and people think like just because there's electricity now, somehow it changes the story from the way things have been. But yeah, we have a world that's more evolved and more as the potential of the inner potential physically of the world has been brought forth with things like electricity and rockets and planes, and that's amazing, and phones and cameras, and that's amazing. But we have to understand it's really the same world, and it's really the same story. And so we we are at our roots Jews, and then we go forward from there, and we are the branches of those roots. And so we have to look back to our original root sources, going back to the times of Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, and all of the tzaddikim, all of the righteous people throughout the generation, to draw our strength and draw our headspace, understand who we are, and be inspired to move forward in that direction. And we should also know that to the extent that we have a potential, sometimes we look around us and we say, okay, listen, I'm doing enough. I'm doing at least as much as the guy next to me. Sometimes we think this, but hold on a second. If maybe we're on a higher plane, maybe Hashem put within us a bigger soul or a stronger soul, or we had more background, or for whatever reason we have more drive. And if we have that drive, we need to take hold of that drive and run with it, and go with it, and fly with it. And so we should never be settling for, okay, everyone around me is doing this, so then okay, I'm good to go. No. So if for whatever reason, this is not of course, without judgment on anyone around us, but if I'm feeling more, if I'm feeling like I'm coming from I'm on a higher plane, I'm just in touch with certain things, or I'm more spiritually sensitive to certain things, or I'm more inspired by things. Okay, so let's take that and run. And this is something to think about as we think about the parsha of the week of Toldos, to go ahead and to take, to look back, know who we are, and stand in the present and look to the future based on this, and do it with a passion.
Wow, thank you so much. Escuchado, Shabbat Shalom.